Hi guys, hope you all are doing good. Today I will help you select your elective paper, that is paper 3 of CIIB. Since paper 1 and paper 2, that is ABM and BFM of CIIB, are very difficult, so it is advisable to select an easy and scoring subject as our paper 3. So in all there are 11 optional subjects, or you can say 11 elective subjects in CIIB. Let's go in detail one by one. Um, you ask anyone, they will suggest you to select retail banking as paper 3. I would like to tell you all good and bad about this subject. The good is that retail banking is really easy and sometimes very scoring. It deals with banking products, government schemes, etc. So what we will study here will be useful at our bank branch. Okay, so also you can say that there's a lot of study material available in on internet, so it's easy to prepare. The bad is that the questions outside the book are very common. You can expect questions from current affairs also, which are related to our branch work. So scope of syllabus is not fixed. Also, there will be a lot of data to be remembered, which means that, for example, you have to remember all the lower age limits and age slabs of different government schemes, the limits assigned to different products, etc., which is not required in easy subjects of the other easy subjects of this CIIB. So we have got 11 options, wherein there are other easy subjects also, and there are subjects where we don't have to remember the data. But frankly speaking, retail banking is a elective subject which directly relates to our bank branch work. So people usually prefer selecting it. So in all, I can say that retail banking is something which everyone will suggest you. It is easy to find a book to read retail banking. Also easy to find short notes, tricks, this and that. Uh, you can really expect a lot of case studies in retail banking. Again, it is very easy but no fixed syllabus. Then lot of study material is available in internet, and easy yet confusing type of questions are common. This I'm saying because a question will be there wherein different age groups will be given, and it is very common problem that you will get confused that which scheme has which limit. So like that, small confusing questions will be there here, which is not in case of other subjects. But apart from that, there is nothing wrong in retail banking. You can select retail banking also, but apart from retail banking, there are other 11 optional subjects which are very easy too. Few of them are very easy too. So I would like to tell you in detail about them. Now we will see all the elective subjects one by one. There are 11 subjects, okay. Guys, as I said earlier, that retail banking is one of the easiest, but there are subjects also which are not that easy. So the first one is corporate banking. Corporate banking is a subject which, frankly speaking, students people who work in corporate banking departments, they will find it easy. But otherwise, for common bankers, I think this subject is not that easy. Yes, if you have such background, or if you have such targets to work in corporate banking departments like that, then you should opt for this. It will be helpful. But otherwise, for normal bankers, corporate this subject is a bit difficult and not so easy. Mm, so the next subject is retail banking. As I said, it is something which deals with our everyday banking. Lots of study material is available in the internet, and it is really easy. Sometimes it has happened once that the paper came very difficult. I mean, it was not difficult, but the questions were from, a lot of questions were from current affairs, from all the schemes and etc. Students didn't expect that, and that's why students of retail banking scored very less, and students of other subjects scored comparatively high. So once it has happened, but now again the paper is easy. Now students know that they have to read current affairs also. I mean, they have to be aware of the recent bank advances or advancements and limits, government schemes, also. So you have to read all that and go to exam. There's no other go. Okay. Now let's see the third subject, which is rural banking. Rural banking is a elective subject which is easy. It is easy if you're working in some regional rural bank, or some agricultural officer, or you are an agricultural officer like that. If it is your case, then you will find it very very interesting. Otherwise you can find it a bit boring, because it is completely theoretical again. It is an easy subject. What the subject is easy, and it is scoring easy in the sense, if you read the book, it will be sufficient. Okay. Macmillan paper 3 books are usually bit less bulkier than uh, than our ABM and BFM paper. So if you read the book, it should be, if it is sufficient to clear the exam with good score, then I would say it is an easy subject. Okay. In case of rural banking, it is an easy subject. If you have such background of RRB or agricultural officer like that, then you will find it even more easier. Okay. The next elective subject is international banking. This subject is very difficult. Yes, though, uh, suppose if you have a plan to have a foreign posting, or if you're interested in something like that, or you want to gain knowledge about it, then you can definitely take this subject. It deals with all that. But otherwise it is said to be difficult. If you want to know what it actually deals with, then you can refer to the CAIB's paper 2, that is BFM's module A. You know, the module A of BFM is international banking only, so you can get a you can get a clear idea of what you can expect in that subject. It can be helpful also in that way. So the fourth subject, international banking, is a bit difficult. Then the next subject is cooperative banking. Cooperative banking, if you're working in a cooperative bank, or if you're a cooperative bank employee, then you will find it a bit easier comparatively, because you already know, you have might have heard many things which others might have not. But in general it is considered as difficult subject. I mean, people don't score very high in this subject, uh, not as high as other subjects get. So cooperative banking is again something which is comparatively difficult, and it deals with cooperative bank employees. But if suppose you are interested in it and you have knowledge about it, then at any cost, in any case, you will definitely come out with good marks. But otherwise it's said to be a difficult subject. The next elective subject is financial advising. Financial advising is an easy subject again, and if you are someone who have financial, you have a study background is with finance, or if you have done MBA in that respective subjects, then you will find financial advising more easier than other students. But in general also that subject is very easier, and the scope of the syllabus is also fixed, so you can expect questions from the book itself, and it is easier. And if you have that that educational background, then you will find it even more easier. Okay. The Let's see the seventh elective paper, which is human resource management. This subject, this book actually, deals with paper, ABM's module C. You know, the paper 1 of CIB, which is ABM, advanced bank management. So the ABM's module C is again human resource management. If you will read that module, you will see that actually it is very simple and completely theoretical. The good thing about this subject is that answers are predictable. The bad thing is sometimes our guesses go wrong, or you get confused between two options. But I have seen it many times that if you have a rough idea about a unit, or if you have read the short notes or something like that of the HRM, then you can easily give correct answers in exam, and those answers don't require more time also. So I think that human resource management is actually a very easy subject, because if you really get that, uh, st- I mean, if you once you get the way you are supposed to think, or the way you are supposed to answer, actually you have to understand how a HR has to deal with a problem. A problem will come, the way a HR sees it and an employee sees it is completely different. Okay, HR has to think about the bank and everything, while a employee will think only about himself and his benefits. So you don't have to think as an employee, you have to think as a bank, as an HR professional. So if you will read the short notes and kind of understand them, then it is not that difficult, and you can really get good score here. So if, and over that, if you are already a HR professional, then you should definitely go to the subject, because your hard work required will decrease very considerably, it will decrease. And overall it is an easy subject. Okay, so if you have no, if you have no other no other idea about what to select and this and that, then you can go for this subject. It is, it will give you good score. Okay, now let's see the next elective subject, which is information technology. Information technology, the eighth subject of eighth elective subject, is actually very easy. It is really very easy. But if you are having some, if you are someone who are having an a background of this subject, like if you're done engineering and IT, or some, or you have read nicely about information technology in some MCA syllabus or some any other exam before, or because while in your graduation or etc, if you had that subject, then you will find it, really find it very very difficult. Lot of time will be saved, good score will be up, you can score very really well. If not, if that is not the case, then you have got better options to select instead of IT. But otherwise, in general, if you see, then IT is considered as an easy subject, wherein you will score, really score, you will get good score. It's easy to get 70s and 80s here. Okay, so information technology is an easy subject. If you're having that economic background, then it is well and good, even more good. Okay, let's see the next elective subject, which is risk management. Risk management is again something which you have read in BFM's module B. BFM's module B is also risk management, and it is not that easy, or it is in fact very lengthy module, and its weightage is very high. So definitely you have to read that subject, that module, to clear the CIIB. This risk management is a difficult subject actually. It helps if you're someone who is having, who is planning to have a foreign posting, or who is someone, or you are someone, if you want to work in risk management department like that, then you can opt for this subject for sure, because that is something which you should know. Okay, but risk management department, usually for the normal branch work, is not that important actually. In general, it is considered as a difficult subject, because if you read the BFM's module B also, you will not enjoy it that to that level. You will find numericals from there. The weightage is very high. Modules are very very lengthy. So, sorry, units are very very lengthy, and lot of things are there which will at the end of the day you can get confused of which point comes under what. So uh, so if you have excelled in that part, then you can again take this, because you have already completed a considerable portion of the subject. So you can then opt for this. In general, it is considered that risk management is a difficult subject, wherein students don't get very high scores here. Okay, now let's see the next elective subject, which is central banking. Central banking, mark my words, this is very very easy subject. If you are someone who like theoretical subjects, then you should definitely go for this. Otherwise also it is an easy subject. Central banking is a subject wherein if you read the book, if you read the Macmillan Thin book, then that book itself is sufficient to give you some 80, 70 to 80 score. The complete book is about RBI. It has everything about RBI and how central bank of a country is, of our country, is RBI. Okay, so it is everything about RBI. It helps us in creating banking awareness. Now I can say that if you are planning to write some other competitive exam wherein GA is involved, then if you read this book, then you can understand the RBI functioning even more in depth. Okay, so if you are interested to know about RBI in depth, then you should definitely take this subject. And the scope of syllabus of this subject is very fixed. You have to read the book, and questions will come from the book only. You can hardly expect a 1 mark question or 2 marks from outside. That too is very rare. but you can expect that much only. Otherwise, the scope of syllabus of this subject is fixed, and it has always proved that it is an easy subject. Okay, now let's see the next elective subject. The next elective subject is treasury management. Treasury management, actually, if you read the CIIP paper 2, which is BFM, BFM's module C, if you read the BFM's module C, which is again treasury management, you will get an idea what is actually written in this subject, in this book. Okay, so treasury management is an easy subject only. It is a it is also theoretical. A lot of products are there, you have to remember them. But then again, if you're already reading them for BFM, then you can opt for this, because it will again it will be it's like you have, the book is already thin and you have already read some part of it. It will be like that. It will be helpful to understand. So if you're reading that module, then you can take this subject also. It is in general doable. It is doable, but I would suggest just read that module first. If you like it, then go for this subject. If you don't like it, then it will be a difficult one for you, because you will not find it interesting only. So see accordingly. It is also theoretical subject. If you are someone who are working in treasury department, or you want to go there, or you want to know its functioning, etc., then you should definitely opt for this elective subject, because it will give you an in-depth knowledge about the treasury management. Okay, so in this way we have seen all the 11 subjects, of 11 elective subjects. I have also told about retail banking. So in all, if we see, then retail banking, rural banking, financial advising, then again human HRM, then in IT, then central banking. These are the subjects which are definitely very very easy. So if you so I would suggest you just have a good thought, just think nicely about what your where your interest is, and what you're expecting from your career, and what your past educational qualifications have been, and accordingly decide the subject. Mark my words, taking it is not compulsory to take retail banking. Retail banking is not the only easiest subject. Just select a subject on your own taste, on your own on your own interests and all, and you will definitely find it easy. Okay, so let's move on. And I would like to tell you that as I've said earlier, that central banking is a subject which is very easy, theoretical, and has fixed syllabus. So if you wish to select central banking, then you should actually subscribe my channel, because in coming days I will upload the unit wise videos on complete central banking Macmillan book. Okay, so I'm going to complete the entire syllabus of central banking here. Also, I will upload videos on case studies, tips, etc. on CIIB topics which are not available on internet, which are already available on internet. I will not I will not repeat it. But if I'll find, I will try to make videos on CIB which are not available here and there, which is something new, so that people can get benefited from it. Okay, so if you're taking central banking, I would suggest you to take it, because it is good subject. Else otherwise also it is fine. So I would like to request you, if you like this video, then please subscribe my channel and turn on notification to get notified and not miss anything. While I prepared, actually I used to miss videos as exams approaches near, because I used to be busy in my book reading, etc. So I used to miss videos, and accordingly I paid in my exam also. I mean, I didn't I used to get few topics, not a few questions which were available on YouTube, but I didn't prepare it from YouTube, and I found it a bit difficult in the exam. And that happened because I missed out few notifications. So that's why I would suggest you to please notify to get notified and not miss anything. Uh, and I would also like to ask you to please subscribe the channel and get the notifications. Okay. Okay, then thank you so much, guys, and all the best for your life, and all the best for your career. Have fun. Thank you.